Hey everybody, Stephen Geen here, aka Grateful Trucker, and we are here at a heritage site called Foxfire. We're going to go check it out. It's got all sorts of throwback buildings from Appalachian life going back into the 1800s so we can see how they used to live. Come on, let's go check this out. And we're off. Alright, we are approaching the first of 22 heritage buildings that we're going to explore. Oh, I see how they would mud in between with Georgia clay. That's to seal between the logs. Keep them insulated. The Savannah House. Oh. Look, they got a loom. Yeah, this is how they cooked. Makes mean cornbread in that pan.
This is a window, right?
Sure is. Either that or it's for snipers. Scalding hogs. So this was interesting. I guess they would do communal meals here. They would have fire down there. And then they would make their food in here. They would take whole hogs and cut them up and turn them into like a big stew. A museum cabin. This is going to be neat. They're going to have all sorts of stuff. I'm probably going to know what they are. Look at all these tools. Levels, planes, drills, chisels. Different types of saws. Coffee barrel.
That's an old axe. What's this?
Oh, that's for cutting wood. Cool wagon. It's about the Trail of Tears. A memorial for the Trail of Tears. Over 4,000 people perished during the Cherokee removal. This list contains the names, ages, and relationships of around 500 of those individuals. These names were compiled in the 1840s. This is the blacksmith shop. They actually do real blacksmithing here, and they just don't have anybody here today that's doing any forging. Look at that chimney fireplace. Actually, I should call it a forge. Look at this stool. It's for mules. So this is where they made pottery. Got a cabin right there. And that way is the chapel. Let's go. This is the mill. This is a stone grinder. Garden. Yeah, pretty cool. Right next to the smokehouse. That one's closed.
We're off.
And we're off. More closed buildings. Guess that's what I get for coming here on a Monday. So this is the War Woman cabin. It's a look but don't touch one. We are actually next to the War Woman WMA. I don't know a whole lot about that history, but I guess she had a cabin. This building looks really cool. Let's go. Oh man. I owe history an apology. This is the War Woman cabin. Let's check it out.
CBS are invited to bring you a complete report from the world's political and battle front. But first, here's Doug Everett. German troops are evacuating the Mediterranean island of Sardinia while the fighting on the Italian mainland continues.
Philip's cabin. Don't know who Philip is, but apparently he used to live here. Oh, and he doesn't want anybody visiting. Just my luck. Another closed cabin. Oh well. Barn. Well, all right. We got an open door. This is a still. And this is a replica of a still. How'd you like to lug that tape recorder around? I remember those though. Kind of gives me Back to the Future vibes. All right, I am here with Cami Ahrens. She is the curator of this place, and she's going to tell us a little bit about it.
My name's Cami, and I'm the curator at the Foxfire Museum. We are an outdoor museum. We have over 20 historic log structures that represent the history of Appalachia here in the southern Appalachian Mountains. So this place was set up originally by a bunch of high school students that grew out of the Foxfire program. That started way back in 1966 in a high school classroom. They started the Foxfire magazine, which allowed them to go out into their community and interview different people who lived in the mountains, and these people had been born in the 1880s and 1890s, and most of these folks in the 60s were still living in the log cabins that their great-grandparents had built. They were still cooking on wood stoves, they didn't have plumbing, and the kids were just fascinated by this. So they wrote this magazine, and it was really popular because this coincided a lot with the Back to the Land movement and other movements in the 60s. And so the magazine sold so many copies that they were approached in the 70s by a publisher to put together the very first Foxfire book. And that's what a lot of people know us for, is the Foxfire book series. And so the first book, which was published in 1972, we're actually celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, allowed them to purchase the land that we're on today. So they were able to acquire enough royalties to purchase 100 acres of mountainside property. We share a mountain with Black Rock Mountain State Park. And the students elected to convert this place into a learning center for future students and for their community. And so they started relocating these log cabins here. So everything that you'll see on your tour through the museum was built in part by high school students. They filled each building with different artifacts that represent the culture here. And it's a mission that we continue today. So we still have local high school students going out to their community, capturing stories, bringing back artifacts to our museum. So on a tour through the museum, you'll encounter a woodworking exhibit, a cabin that represents a homestead in the 1820s. You'll get to interact with demonstrators and craftspeople such as weavers or spinners. So there's ample things to do on a normal tour of the museum. You can also download our app, which is available on our website. And that'll give you a little bit more information about your tour through the museum. We also have a podcast that shares the oral histories dating all the way back to 1967 that talk about different topics in Appalachian history. Again, available on our website. That's www.foxfire.org. You can go there, check us out, and learn more about the organization and our history.
All right. That's really, really, really informative stuff. Thank you so much for that. And I will be linking the website and podcast down in the description. And everybody, as usual, have a grateful day.